You took the children to Lottie's?
I took them.
They didn't mind?
No, they didn't mind.
Is Jaime coming?
I don't know.
Nothing he knows. You didn't ask him? He didn't say? He knows about the demonstration, doesn't he?
I don't know whether he knows or he doesn't know. I didn't discuss it with him. I took the kids. That's all. Hey, Sarah, you should read Upton Sinclair's book about the meat canning industry. It's an eye-opener.
Books. Nothing interests him, only books. Did you see anything outside? What's happening?
The streets are packed with people. I've never seen so many people. They got barricades at Gardener's Corner.
There'll be trouble.
Sure, there'll be trouble. You ever known a demonstration where there wasn't trouble?
And the police?
There'll be more police than black shirts.
What time they marching?
I don't know.
Harry, you know where your cigarettes are, don't you?
I know where they are.
And you know what's on at the cinema?
So?
And you also know what time it opens? So why don't you know what time they plan to march?
Leave me alone, Sarah, will you? 2 o'clock they march. Nah.
Oh, you do know. Why didn't you tell me straight away? Shouldn't you tell me something when I ask you?
I don't know what time they marched. So what do you want of me?
But you did know when I nagged you.
So I suddenly remembered. Is there anything terrible in that?
Air. I must have air. This basement will kill me. God knows what I'll do without air when I'm dead. Who else was at Lottie's?
All of them.
Who's all of them?
All of them. You know, Lottie and Jaime and the boys, Solly and Martin.
Here, lay these out. The boys will be coming soon.
Good woman. I could just do with a cup of tea.
What's the matter? You didn't have any tea by Lottie's?
No,
Liar.
I didn't have any tea at Lottie's, I'll tell you. Good God, woman. Why don't you believe me when I tell you things?
You tell me why. Why don't I believe him when he tells me things? As if he's such an angel and never lies. What's the matter? You never told lies before, I don't think.
All right, so I had tea at Lottie's. There, you're satisfied now?
Well, of course you had tea at Lottie's. Don't I know you had tea at Lottie's? You think I'm going to think that Lottie wouldn't give you a cup of tea?
Ah, leave off, Sarah.
No. This time I won't leave off. I want to know why you told me you didn't have tea at Lottie's when you know perfectly well you did. I want to know. I know you had tea there, and you know you had tea there. So what harm is it if you tell me? You think I care whether you had a cup of tea there or not? You can drink tea there till it comes out of your eyes and I wouldn't care. Only so long as you tell me.
Sarah, will you please stop nagging me, will you? What difference if I had tea there or I didn't have tea there?
That's just what I'm saying. All I want to know is whether you're all of a liar or half a liar.
Mrs. Khan, Sarah, Mrs. Khan. Ah, good, you're here. It's okay, they're here. Here, Mother sent you over some of her strudel. Come on down. Hello, Harry boy. How you going? All fighting fit for the demo?
I'm fit. Like a Trojan, I'm fit.
You won't see him at any demo. In the pictures, you'll find him.
The pictures? Don't be bloody mad. You won't hear a thing. You seen the streets today? Sarah, you seen the streets yet? Mobbed. Mobbed. The lads have been there since 7 this morning.
But Dave, there's so much work here to do. Hello, Sarah.
I know all about the work here, but there are plenty of party members to do it. Hello, Sarah. Spain is the battlefront. Spain is a real issue at last.
Spain? Spain, Dave?
Spain?
Dave is joining the International Brigade. He's leaving for Spain tomorrow morning. But Spain is only one issue brought to a head. You're too young to...
Dave, don't go mad all of a sudden. It's not all glory, you know.
Harry, you look as though you didn't sleep last night.
He didn't. The old Cossack. Well, you know what Cossacks are. Am I right, Harry?
Saw your sister Sissy at Aldgate, Harry. She was waving your mother's walking stick in the air.
She's mad, Monty. Where's this cup of tea, Sarah?
Do your flies up, Monty, you tramp, you. Now then, Dave, tell me what's happening and what the plans are.
It's like this. The party loudspeaker vans have been out all morning. You heard them. The fascists are gathering at Royal Mint Street near the bridge. They plan to march up to Aldgate, down Commercial Road to Salmon Lane in Limehouse. You know Salmon Lane? Where they think they're going to hold a meeting. Then they plan to go on to Victoria Park and hold another meeting.
2 meetings? What do they want to hold 2 meetings for?
Why shouldn't they hold 2 meetings?
What? You think they should hold 2 meetings?
It's not what I think. Ah, she's a funny woman. It's not what I think, but they want to hold 2 meetings. So what's strange about that?
But it costs so much money.
Perhaps we should have a collection for them.
Now, they could go along the highway by the docks and then up Cable Street, but Moseley won't take the highway because that's the back way, though the police will suggest he does.
I bet the police cause trouble.
They've had to call in forces from outside London.
You won't make it a real fight, boys, will you? I mean,
Sarah,
you won't get
remember?
hurt.
Sarah, you remember they threw a 7-year-old girl through a glass window. So don't fight the bastards.
Now, Monty, there's to be discipline, remember? There's to be no attack or bottle throwing. It's a test. You know that, don't you? It's a test for us. We've to stop them passing. That's all.
Sure, we'll stop them passing. If I see a black shirt come by, I'll tap his shoulder and I'll say, excuse me, but you can't come this way today. We're digging up the road. And he'll look at my hammer and sickle and he'll doff his cap and he'll say, I beg your pardon, comrade, I'll take the underground.
Comrades, you want to know what the plans are or you don't want to know? Again, as we don't know what's going to happen, we've done this. Some of the workers are rallying at Royal Mint Street. So if the fascists want to go through the highway, they'll have to fight for it. But we guess they'll want to stick to the main route so as not to lose face. You follow? We've therefore called the main rally at Gardener's Corner. If, on the other hand, they do attempt to pass up Cable Street.
Everything happens in Cable Street.
What else happened in Cable Street?
Peter the Painter had a fight with Churchill there, didn't he?
Oh, you're thinking of Sydney Street, sweetheart.
You know, she gets everything mixed up.
Oh, you're so wonderful, I suppose. Yes? You're the clever one.
I don't get my facts mixed up anyway.
Oh, puh, puh. Listen to him, my politician.
Sarah, do me a favour. Leave the fist till later.
If, on the other hand, they do try to come up Cable Street, then they'll meet some dockers and more barricades. And if any get through that lot, then they still can't hold their meetings either in Salmon Lane or Victoria Park Square.
Why not?
Because since 7 this morning, there's been some of our comrades standing there with our platforms.
Bloody wonderful, isn't it? Makes you feel proud, eh, Sarah? Every section of this working class area that we've approached has responded. The Dockers Alliance have come out to the young man. The lot.
The unions, the co-ops, Labour Party members, and the Jewish People's Council.
Board of Deputies?
There she goes again. Not the Jewish Board of Deputies. They asked the Jewish population to keep away. No, the Jewish People's Council, the one that organised that mass demo against Hitler some years back.
Good.
There's been nothing like it since the general strike.
Christ, the general strike. That was a time, Sarah, eh?
What you asking me for? You want I should remember that you were missing for 6 days when Ada was ill?
Yes, I was missing, I'm sure.
Well, sure you were missing.
Where was I missing?
How should I know where you were missing? If I'd known where you were missing, you wouldn't have been missing.
Monty is taking some of the lads to the left flank of Cable Street. Prince is organising a team of cyclist messengers between the main posts and headquarters. I'm going around the streets at the last minute to call everyone out, and that's the lot.
All we have to do is wait.
Where is Ada?
Ada and Ronnie. Ada and Ronnie are at Heine's place. I thought it best they get right out of the way.
You think she'll stay away? Your precocious daughter is a born fighter, Sarah.
Of course she is. She'll be down the streets organising the pioneers. You see.
Never. I told her to stay there and she'll stay there.
I'm sure.
God forbid she should be like you and run wild.
All right. So she should be like you then.
I'm jolly sure she should be like me. Ronnie isn't enough for him yet. A boy of 5 running about at nights and swearing at his aunts. Bless him. He didn't half upset them. They wouldn't let him mess around with the radio, so he started effing and blinding and threw their books on the floor, like you throw things.
Have you ever come across a woman like her before?
Monty, Fred.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know there was one there. Sorry. I've gone down too much.
I'd love another cup of tea.
Oh, I love another cup of tea.
I'll make it. I'll make it.
He's so sweet when anybody else is around. I'll make some sandwiches.
Oh, we've eaten, Sarah.
Eat. Always eat. You don't know what time you'll be back. They shall not pass.
They shall not pass. They shall not pass.
They shall not pass.
The boys, listen, hear them. You know, Sarah, that's the same cry people of Madrid were shouting.
And they didn't get past either. Imagine it. All those women and children coming out into the streets and making barricades with their beds and their chairs.
It was a slaughter.
And then came the 1st International Brigade.
The Edgar Andre from Germany, Commune de Paris from France, and the Dobromsky from Poland.
Wait till our Dave gets over there. You're giving brass balls for breakfast, Dave, eh?
You really going, Dave? Does Ada know?
Don't tell her, Sarah. You know how dramatic calf love is.
Love. If you get back alive from Spain, she'll marry you at the landing stage. Mark me.
How are you going?
They tell me it's a weekend trip to Paris and then a midnight ramble over the Pyrenees, the back way.
It's terrible out there, they say. They say we've lost a lot of good comrades already.
We've lost too many good comrades out there. You hear me, Dave?
Sammy Abner and Lorimer Birch at Bowdale, Felicia Brown and Ernest Jules at Aragon.
Julius, the tailor who used to work with us at Cantor's. But he was only a young boy.
And Felicia, an artist, and Lorimer, an Oxford undergraduate.
And Cornford was killed at Cordova.
And Ronnie Symes at Madrid.
And Stevie Yates at Casa del Campo.
Casa del Campo, Madrid. Such beautiful names and all that killing.
Hey, you know who organised the first British group? Nat Cohen. I used to go to school with him and Sam Masters. Him and Sam Masters was on a cycling holiday in France. As soon as they heard of the revolt, they cycled over to Barcelona and started a Tom Man Centuria.
He's a real madman, Nat Cohen. He jokes slogans right outside the police station. I used to work with him.
God knows if they'll come back alive.
And 3 fascist deserters were asked how they reached our lines. They said they came through the hills with the widows, orphans and sweethearts. They'd lost so many men attacking those hills.
And may they lose many more.
The war in Spain is not a game of cards, Monty. You don't pay in pennies when you lose. May they lose many more. What kind of talk is that? Sometimes, Monty, I think you only enjoy the battle, and that one day you'll forget the ideal. You ate too much. You can't have brotherhood when you ate. There's only one difference between them and us. We know what we're fighting for. It's almost an unfair battle.
Unfair, he says. When Germany and Italy are supplying them with guns and tanks and aeroplanes, and our boys have only got rifles and mortars. Is that unfair? You call that unfair? I don't think.
When you fight men who are blind, it's always unfair. You think I'm going to enjoy shooting a man because he calls himself a fascist? I feel so sick at the thought of firing a rifle that I think I'll board that boat with a blindfold over my eyes. Sometimes I think it's the only way to do things. I'm not even sure I want to go. Only I know if I don't, then, well, what sense can a man make of his life?
You're really a pacifist, aren't you, Dave?
I'm a terribly sad pacifist, Sarah.
I understand you, Dave. I know what you mean, boy. What do you want we should say? You go, we're proud of you. You stay behind, we love you. Sometimes you live in a way you don't know why. You just do a thing. So you don't have to shout. You're shouting at yourself. But a pacifist, Dave, there's going to be a big war soon, a fascist war. You think it's time for pacifism?
He's right, Dave.
I know it's not time yet. I know that. I know there is still some fighting to be done. But it will come. It will come. You know, when there'll be a sort of long pause and people will just be frightened of each other and still think they have to fight. That will be the time. But now, well, I feel like an old gardener who knows he won't live through to the spring to plant his seeds.
Man your posts. Men and women of the East End, come out of your houses. The black shirts are marching. Come out, come out.
Christ, they started before time.
It might be a false alarm.
We can't take the risk. Let's get going.
I'll clean it and bring it back later.
Well, I've made you tea.
Stick it back in the pot. We'll drink it later. Now, you two, you know where the posts are? Cable Street, Royal Mint Street and Gardener's Corner.
The street's mobbed. Jesus, look at them. Everyone's coming out. Everybody.
Where's the first aid post?
Whitechapel Library. Harry, you coming?
I'm coming. You go on. Good God, there's Alf Bosky and his wife. He's got the baby with her. Hey, Alf, good luck, comrade. We're coming. Sarah, there's Alf Bosky and his wife.
I heard. Are you coming now, Harry? I'm going to Gardener's Corner. Come on, we'll be late.
Don't hit anybody with that thing, Sarah. It hurts.
Fool. Here, wave this. Do something useful.
Hey, Sarah, wave for me. Sarah, wait. Hey, wait for me.
They shall not pass.
They shall not pass.
Shall not pass.
Rise up for the light every day and the people we got. No